bro, Hassan really needs to learn how to just not double down and be like, "Hey, listen, my choice of words was bad," or you know what, guys, I was wrong when I said that. My bad. I don't know what it is with people, like not just Hassan, obviously, but people nowadays. They would rather fight to the end, fight with their they would rather end their life than admit that they're wrong. Okay, not just on the internet, but like in general. Okay, people would rather. I'm being dead serious. People would rather die saying like, no, I'm in the right, you're wrong, than to just admit, oh, you know what, it's possible that I was wrong in this situation, or you know what, maybe I just misspoke, maybe people misunderstood me, my bad, I'll word things a little bit better next time, okay? But with this is a whole nother level of just delusion, okay? And what really made me want to post this was one he's going on like a tweeting spree, but this one right here is the one that really made me want to like record and say what I want to say, okay? Twitter is just straight up 4chan now. So many people's brains are cooked. One day we will study its impact on a generation of school shooters who grew up here, Reddit, but it will be too late. Okay, so making the claim that people's brains are just cooked, but he's the one that said that streaming is way harder than an actual job. Okay, I don't want to say real job because, well, it's a new time. It's a new time. It's a new point in time where literally almost anything could be a job. So I don't want to say streaming isn't a real job. It is, because there's a lot of people out there like Hassan who streams all the time. This is his main source of income. Okay, his job is to stream. So to sit here and say streaming isn't a job is stupid. Okay, but if I'm being honest with what I do, okay, for a job, okay, I would rather stream 100%. Anyone, any any person would rather stream than work a regular job, okay? Because it's easy. Well, it's easy, okay? Now I will admit that. Shoot. I will admit growing a channel is difficult. I would admit that, trying to get your name out there, make something of yourself, becoming a streamer, that is difficult, okay? Just like anything else, there's going to be competition for anything, and to succeed in any field, to get promotions and stuff like that in the real world, yeah, that's difficult. Like, no one here is going to argue that. But to actually make the claim, something to make such a delusional claim, like streaming is more difficult than jobs, bro. I would love for you. I would love for this multi-millionaire, okay? I would love for this multi-millionaire to actually go out there and work construction, okay? Or even, bro, even something more realistic that's easier on the body. Work in customer service, okay? I would even say something like that, because even though working in customer service is a big headache, it is a big headache because people nowadays just are entitled to everything. 100% streaming is a whole lot easier than that, okay? Like, even most realistic situation, okay? Being a customer service worker is just it's more difficult because of how crazy people can get when they don't get their way. You know what I mean? But of course, this multimillionaire, I wouldn't even be saying, I wouldn't be mentioning any of that if he just shut his mouth, or even admit that he's wrong sometimes, okay? Because I don't know if it's just me, but I have never seen or heard Hassan admit when he's wrong, or he made a delusional take. You know what I mean? I've never seen that before. But of course, everyone around him is wrong, okay? Everyone around him is delusional, and apparently everyone around him who disagrees with him, their brain is cooked. But of course, he's the one that made the claim that streaming is a lot harder. His brain is, 200 plus IQ. He's the new Einstein. Of course I'm exaggerating, you know, the of course I'm making saying stupid things, but I don't know, it's just like I remember I used to like follow him on Twitter, right? I thought he was funny. And to be fair, he is funny because I saw him cook Andrew Tate and like in their debate. So that's when I really started to like become aware of who he is because I always heard his name. And so after seeing that, I was like, oh, like this dude's actually kind of funny. Like, let me keep up with him. And then he starts making stupid claims like this. It's just, you know, it's from him defending Pokemon's absurd cookies, overpriced, and labeling them as her own. With him defending that to this, it's crazy, man. Like I don't know what it is with people just not wanting to admit that they're wrong in certain things. Of course, you know, no one wants to admit that they're wrong, but how else are you supposed to become a better person when you don't admit when you're wrong? You know what I mean? Like no one is asking him to be perfect. People are asking him to like, hey, like this was a stupid thing that you said. There's nothing there's nothing wrong with admitting that you're wrong. Just, you know, what would make you think streaming is a whole lot difficult than working a regular job? You know what I mean? Like I'm just assuming that when it comes to a certain amount of money that you make, peop, people's minds really tend to I wouldn't say their minds change. You see who they really are, okay? So for example, The Rock, okay? He's made so much money, actually not even apparently because I actually do believe it. He's a pretty fake person because something as simple as lying about going to In-N-Out for the first time, he's done that a couple times for really no reason. Like, there's something as that to him plugging his products all the time. You know what I mean? I gotta stop saying that because that is such a cringe thing to say now. But it's Hasan needs to. Now, I wouldn't even say this is just a Hasan thing. Like people just need to like simply admit when they're wrong. Like instead of like digging your grave further and further to defend yourself, just be like, oh shoot, I guess I made a delusional take. My bad, everyone. I'll do better. You know, something as simple as that. But no, he would rather die on this hill that everyone around him has a cooked brain other than him, because streaming is actually a whole lot difficult than being in a real job. You heard me? Like, uh, oh my god, just the Twitch streamer who's making millions and millions and millions of dollars a year is saying that everyone else's brains are cooked because his job is actually harder than the people who are out here keeping society together. Like for example, the people who work on the power lines, okay? Or the sewage people who work in the sewage, people who literally go to his house, pick up the trash, you know, sanitation. Okay, it's like I honestly don't know what to say. No, it like his takes keep on going lower, 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 lower. I would really love to know how low he's willing to sink. You know, I wonder what his next delusional take would be.